Hey everyone, and welcome back to another 4D Systems Workshop 4 tutorial. In this session, I'll be using the ViSi-Genie environment to display my own image frames on a Gen 4 ULCD 5-inch display with capacitive touch. I'll be utilizing the UserImages feature, and I'll be making an animated gorge and controlling it with a slider widget, which will make the images act in a similar way to a gorge widget. Let's get started. To get started with our project in ViSi-Genie, we'll follow the usual steps. Select Create a New Project, then choose your display. Since I'm using the Gen 4 ULCD 5.0 display with capacitive touch, I'll select that and choose the orientation I want. Then I'll click Next. For today's project, we're using the ViSi-Genie environment. ViSi-Genie is a visual development environment that provides both a graphical interface and access to magic code if needed, making it easier to design and prototype your applications. When it comes to images, there are two options available, those being image and user images. The image object works great for static images, such as those used in graphical user interfaces or visual aids. However, if you need to manage and control multiple images, like in this case, the user images object is the better choice. The user images object allows you to easily add several images at once and provides the flexibility to add or remove images later on. So let's go ahead and drag the user images widget onto the screen. At first it will appear blank with a broken line border. This is normal as the images haven't been added yet. To add the images, head over to the Object Inspector in Properties. Click on the Images field to open a new window where you can select the images to include in your project. After clicking Add, the File Explorer will pop up, allowing you to select multiple files at once. Simply choose the images that you want to include and click Open. These will then appear in the Image List Editor window. Once the images are added, you can use the up-down buttons to look at and arrange them. The number in the first column corresponds to the frame number of each image. When you're happy with the order, click OK to finalize everything. And if you ever need to make changes, you can always revisit the image section in the Properties tab. Back in the Object Inspector, the Images field will now show the file names and their locations. Once these steps are complete, your user image object can be adjusted to fit the screens as you wish. So to do that, I'm just going to turn on the stretch option. This will let me resize the photos by stretching them to fill the screen. You can adjust this setting or directly change the size in the Properties tab to suit your project. Now, to control these images or frames, I'm going to use a slider widget. I'm going to set its orientation to horizontal, and then I'll stretch it to fill the screen. After that, I'll set its max value to 24 to match the number of pictures we have. This means the slider will now be divided into 24 steps, each corresponding to its respective image. Finally, in the slider's on-changing event, I will link it to the user images object. Now when the slider is changed, the images will also change. If you want, you can also attach this to any widgets that you have created on your own using these smart widgets. And that's it. It's that simple to add your own images and control them with a slider. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching.